Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of First Gen Talks. And today we have our first special guest of the semester. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Gabe Jackson. I am a program manager too, and the assistant to the vice chancellor, vice president for the Division of Student Affairs, Dr. Paul Kittle.
Hmm. It's a pleasure having you.
Pleasure.
Thank you again for being here. And so just to start off, I just want to get to know more about you. What did you study? And what chose you to study that?
So, for my undergraduate degree, I actually started out with business management when I first attended Palm Beach State College back in 2008.
Palm Beach, where is that located?
Palm Beach is in located. Palm Beach State College is actually located in West Palm Beach. It's between Boca Raton and Okeechobee. For those who are not Floridians.
Florida, okay.
Yes.
I'm-
West Palm Beach.
Yeah. I did not know where that was.
But yes, I attended Palm Beach State College. That was actually in Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, Florida, and graduated in 2011. And then from there, I actually transferred over to Florida Atlantic University, where I began my bachelor's degree. And I graduated in the summer of 2015 with my bachelor's in general studies.
So, how did you find your way to UH?
How I found my way to New Age. Interesting question, but great question. I actually found my way to the University of Houston after my parents unexpectedly passed away
Oh,
several years apart. And basically, I hit the plateau for where I felt I can actually do within the higher education system within Florida. So it was time for a new beginning, a fresh start for me. So I decided to actually re I'm trying to think of the word to relocate myself to a new area where I can not only learn, grow, but develop myself and expand on opportunities.
And just take it back. Of course, you're first generation.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it back. Was the process of going to college easy? Like talking about financials, since you're the first generation, was there any obstacles, any of that sort of thing?
Attending
Higher
college,
education, yeah.
it actually wasn't easy. It was
Right.
actually a lot of hard work, and that's
Yeah.
something that I would tell any students that's enrolling, whether they're doing a trade, doing the certification, or going for a college degree, whether 2 year, 4 year,
Mhm.
8 year, or pursuing, postgraduate classes. It's a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of discipline. It's going to take a lot of dedication, and sometimes long hours.
Right.
You're going to be getting a few hours of sleep.
Mm.
Been there.
If you don't mind sharing, yeah, adding on to that, if you don't mind sharing, is there any obstacles that you remember fondly, or not fondly, but you know what I mean, like that stuck with you?
I would say sometimes, life challenges happen, or you're trying to balance your personal life along with your professional responsibilities and obligations that you have to deal with within college. You also, well, a great example is just not passing the exam that you studied for day in and day out, sometimes sacrificing your weekends and sacrificing nights of sleep, and sometimes you just don't pass it. And that can be very frustrating to a lot of students and actually cause a lot of students to, withdraw themselves from courses and drop out of school. But that's not the answer. You have to keep
Right.
going. You have to stay dedicated to the process, even though it may not feel good in the moment. As long as you reach the finish line, that's all that matters. It
Right.
doesn't matter how long it takes.
So would that be the advice you would give a first gen student from your experience, if that makes sense?
Yes, that'd definitely be something. Walking that road is to stay dedicated to the process. Don't become discouraged when things beyond your control actually happen, whether it's a low grade, whether it's, falling out of love in college, because that does happen, or just getting used to and accommodated to a different environment. Give it a try.
Right. And just because we usually do this with our guests, just to get to know them first, and then we can
Hmm.
go on a little bit deeper. Were there any defining moments you think that really made your college experience, undergrad or post grad?
Definitely when I got my associate's degree
Hmm.
from Palm Beach State College in 2011,
Why do you say that?
because that was the day I actually officially became a first generation graduate.
Mm,
And I was the first male on both sides of the family to actually have a degree. So that was a major moment for my family. And thankfully, at that time, both of my parents were able to see that moment.
right,
So a lot of their hard work, a lot of their sacrificing, just to even be there to support me through those, those college years,
right,
it paid off. So that's a moment that's continuously sticks out in my head, no matter what other degrees I'm pursuing. That's the one that still means the most to me to this day.
right. So, of course, going to from college life to professional life.
Mhm.
Um, for you personally, well, for you first do the personally, then what you tell students. So, how was it for you personally transitioning, making that transition from college to the real world, professional life?
That challenge was actually one that was very interesting but difficult
Mm,
because during my college years, I didn't find out till after I graduated, unfortunately, that hey, you're actually supposed to do an internship
mm. Oh
while
wait,
you're in college.
you didn't do an internship
I
during?
didn't do an
Oh
internship.
man.
I was actually working as a laborer during the day, and then at night I would actually come to school.
Oh, you did night
To
college.
yeah, I did night college, so that was a difference. So I wasn't physically here on campus. I was actually a commuter student.
Right.
Work, go to school, go home. It was a continuous cycle. So after graduating, I was working two jobs at the
Mm,
same time to get into a position that I'm actually in. So I would work as a laborer for
mm.
one job, and then I was working at an HOA doing an internship all at the same time.
HOA.
It
I'm not familiar with that. What is?
like for housing
Oh, okay.
in a private community, like a private gated community. I
Mm.
was working at an HOA,
Oh, okay.
so I was doing kind of like an administrative role. And once I had built up enough time on my resume to prove myself, then I was able to get a job within the administrative field
Mm.
that eventually landed me at Florida Atlantic University, which I worked for through several positions after receiving continuous promotions for over 5 years.
Mm. And is there any specific advice or broad advice that you give students in that same scenario of transitioning from college to professional
Hmm.
life?
Make sure while you're in college, especially your undergraduate years, that you actually do an internship. Make sure you get real life experiences, on the job experiences while you're in college. So by the time you apply to graduate and you're applying and doing interviews for a job position, the doors are already open for you. So by the time you actually graduate, you can actually have a job because you already put in that time and know exactly what to expect once you graduate. A lot of times some students don't know exactly what to expect
Right.
once they graduate, and then they get on the job and they actually see it's a bit of a difference, like a culture shock.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I would say definitely get an internship position or volunteer.
Yeah. True. Or both.
Yeah, oh, you could do both. That's
Yeah.
right. You could do both.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So fast forward a bit. You moved to Texas.
Mhm.
Did you get referred to, or did you just apply, or was it like a LinkedIn type of thing?
I actually applied to Rice University
Hmm.
before I actually came here to the University of Houston.
Okay.
So I actually relocated in early 2022 to
Oh,
Houston.
oh, this is recent.
2022, yes.
Okay.
So once I relocated and I was hired at Rice University, the sky was just the limit.
Hmm. Was it same position or
It was
a little bit
actually a
different?
different position because I was dealing with faculty and I was dealing with staff
Hmm.
and my colleagues. But that was actually a great experience for me at Rice University And shortly after being at Rice, I would say for a little over 2 years, an opportunity actually opened up for me at the University of Houston.
Mm.
So I've been with the University of Houston ever since 2023.
And I don't want to get your title wrong, but it is the assistant to the vice chancellor, vice president of student affairs.
Yep, program manager too. It's kind of intertwined.
So could you go a little bit more into what you do?
My day-to-day operations.
Yeah, what it entails for people, because I'm kind of sure what you do. But
so my position entails, answering emails, answering phone calls, event planning, making sure things are set up and done correctly, interacting with a lot of different colleagues from the different divisions within the division of student affairs and just university wide, making sure things are running smoothly from the day-to-day operations. That's part of my role. That's part of my title that I take very seriously, and I'm dedicated to the process and making sure that I set the standard for that.
Right. And what would you say, at least for the student part, is your goal with student success? And how does first gen fall into that?
First gen actually falls into it because I actually support it
Mm.
as a first gen graduate. So anything that is needed as far as with, support, just being there, even taking a meeting, I'm there for it. And hearing the students and hearing their feedback and hearing their stories and encouraging them along the way and just building that community, which is very important. Making sure that they're seen, they are heard, and making sure that they're understood and they have questions. We're here to answer them along the way.
And for students who may not know, does your department frequently collaborate with other departments or organizations for student success?
Definitely.
So could you give an example of maybe like a notable or recent one?
As far as what student success?
Yeah.
We have University Career Centers. We even have the International and Scholar Services Program, ISSO. We have, just to name a few more, Center for Student Media.
Right, we're in it right now.
Which we're in.
Yeah, we're in
right
it right now.
Currently, we have the Dart Center. We support each and every department within our division.
So you said do you deal with students directly? Sometimes
there are times that I deal with students directly.
Was there any stories that inspired you or were notable and memorable? And could you please share one of those stories?
Sure. Just one with AK.
Yes, he's behind the camera
with us right
his photographer.
Now. He actually has been here for over 2 months. He's an only child. And was just telling me his story. He's actually a first generation student.
Oh, that's what's up.
So you want to show your face to the camera?
No. He's
in the background today.
He's
in the background today.
Okay.
But just encouraging him, and he was telling me about his story with his parents. And after losing my parents, it's just making sure that he keeps that constant connection with his parents in the morning and in the nighttime.
Right.
So they can have that relief, because a lot of times parents are concerned when students are going off to college.
Right. Actually, yeah. Wait, do you have kids?
Not as of yet.
Oh, okay.
Down the line.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, is there any? Maybe there's some parents listening, or maybe
but I'm an uncle, so I definitely understand with my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, is there any advice you would give to parents to first generation students specifically? Because I know when I went to college, my parents, since I'm first generation, they weren't. They were scared, and because it's unknown. Is there any advice concerning that?
Yeah. I would just tell them it's okay, because that's just a human emotion.
Right.
That's what anytime you're stepping into anything that's unknown, there's always going to be that feeling of uncertainty. But as long as you have that line of communication open and you are honest about exactly what's going on, you can make your way through it as long as there's compassion, there's understanding, and having a mutual respect.
Hmm. And from your own experience and dealing with students and just working in higher education in general, what do you think makes a successful first gen student?
What makes a successful first gen student? I think that a student that is supported all around,
Hmm.
but not only that, with the resources and the constant support, but is the student actually having a mindset to make a difference, a positive change, and encouraging others around them and inspiring them through their acts of goodness, through their hard work, through their community engagement and volunteering throughout the university on various things.
Hmm. And I had the question in my mind. Think about it.
That's good.
um, oh yes. So a common theme with our guest and our two other hosts are not here today. They're gonna be here this Friday. Anyway, is imposter syndrome. Have you ever had imposter syndrome? And if you did, how did you deal with it?
No, I actually didn't.
You
I
never
never
had
had
imposter
that.
syndrome,
No,
really? I think you might be the first gen guest we
no,
had that hasn't had imposter syndrome.
no.
Really?
I
Oh,
think with
that's good
me,
though.
I think with me is a fearlessness
Mm,
that I have when it comes to certain things. Because when I first started, I can be honest. When I first started college, I had to just figure it out along the way,
mm, right.
trial and error, because I was the first one. But the great thing about it, when my younger cousins and other family members, the younger generation, they were going to college after me, they were able to come to me and ask me for advice. How do I deal with this? How do I deal with that? Making sure that they meet with their academic advisors to go
Right.
over their course schedules, which is very important. Meet with your advisors. Know which classes that you're supposed to
Yeah.
take. There are plenty of resources on campuses to use. We got Coos Care. We have the non-emergency hotline number. There are a lot of resources on campus that students can actually use. So different things like that, I would guide my nieces, nephews, cousins
Yeah.
through. And the great thing about it, once I graduated, a lot of them started graduating after I did.
Mm,
So it actually opened the door for the next generation,
kind of like a trendsetter.
like a trend setting.
Mm, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that you didn't have imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can do current and in the past, but
Hmm.
was there any habits or things that you did to get you in the zone? Because I know other co-hosts, I can speak from them. They're saying they do this routine there. They have their whole schedule planned out. They eat something specific. They have a coffee in the morning. Is there anything similar to that that you could advise to first gen students?
For me, what I do, my faith is my foundation.
Mm,
So that's what I actually start with every day and end with every night. And it's just every day is different for me. So it's a difference.
mm,
Every day isn't the same for me once I get on campus,
mm,
because I handle so many different responsibilities and have so many different obligations that I have to fulfill.
mm.
So I have to pace myself. So one thing I do is pace myself. Sometimes you got to take a breather, which is nothing wrong with, but make sure I don't get distracted in the process. So that's something I eliminate distractions around me.
Mm.
That's a
That's like the
good
main one.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got to make sure I have no distractions around me. I have to stay focused on the end goal and to get the results that are needed.
It's good. Let's see. Okay, so this is kind of like a back to the future type of question. But if you could go back to, let's say Palm, was it
Palm
Palm
Beach State College.
Palm Beach State College, Gabe Jackson, was there anything you would advise to him? Would you tell him anything?
To the 18-year-old me, that I would advise myself when I first got into college for the first time. Yeah, enjoy the journey.
That's all you would say.
I would tell no, I
Oh,
would
oh,
literally tell myself to enjoy the journey because I was always one that was focused. I was one that was always, you know, disciplined.
mm,
In high school, I actually graduated with honors.
mm,
So there were times, even in high school, I was getting 1 or 2 hours of sleep because I was doing projects. So I always had that since I was young. But I would say to any college students right now, I would say enjoy the journey because life ups and downs happen all the time,
right.
but you can't beat yourself up whenever you have anything unfortunate that happens to you, like a bad grade or a breakup, or you may lose a friend and trying to just trying to figure life out itself. As
Right.
life, it life is
Slide.
life, and
Yeah.
I would
Um,
say just enjoy the journey.
it's good. It's good.
Everything else will work itself out. Just trust the process. Enjoy the journey.
It's kind of like a personal question, but you said 1 or 2 hours. How are you doing it? How are you?
In
One or
high
two,
school,
1 or 2 hours of sleep. That's crazy.
I wanted
How are you functioning?
a lot of those were. I was in the magnet program, and we actually had to maintain a specific GPA. I think it was a 3.2 or 3.3 to in order to stay into the program, which I was able to successfully graduate with honors. But I just wanted it. I actually
Mm,
originally wanted to be a forensic scientist, believe it or not,
mm,
because I did medical studies
really?
in high school.
Was there like a like what? You branched
Once I
out?
graduated,
Yeah.
yeah, by the time I graduated, I did enough science projects where I said, okay, I've done enough. Let me just go into business management and learn about, the business side of things.
Mm,
HR, learning about, accounting, learning about, you know, the legal process. It's just educating myself because with business, that counts with administration as well. So I wanted to learn as much as possible. And basically everything that I learned within those degrees, I was actually able to apply on site for my positions.
yeah. So, is there? And I'll keep asking you, but I just want to get to know you. Is there any like book, quote, movie, TV show that inspires you or connects with you, resonates with you?
I gotta think. Yeah.
It's
Any
fine.
quote, book, it's a lot of them.
Mm.
It's a lot of them.
It's like your go-to. Like,
Like my go-to,
yeah.
I gotta think about that one. That's a good question. When I gotta think, then that's a great question. A go-to, I would just say something my mom used to always tell me, all the time whenever a challenge would actually come up in my life, or I didn't make a good grade, and I felt a bit discouraged at that time after staying up for countless hours and sacrificing, the weekend and being around my friends or even going to family functions.
Mm.
There were times I had to sacrifice that too as well. Even vacations, family vacations, I had to sacrifice at that time in order to get to the point where I am now. She was always telling me this too shall pass. And that's something she used to always tell me that I still remember to this day.
Mm.
When challenges try to arise, that's something that I go back to that she used to tell me this too shall pass. Every problem has an expiration date.
Mm. Cool. I've never heard that before, actually.
Yeah, this too shall pass.
Short pass. Hmm. And going back to University of Houston,
Mm-hmm.
is there a specific impact, or like what do your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be here at the university?
What do I want my legacy to be at the University of Houston? That I was a good person, that I made a positive impact on my colleagues, on my superiors, on the students, that I was passionate about what I did on campus, and that overall I was a hard worker that was dedicated to the process that never gave up.
That's good.
I want to be remembered as a soldier.
Mm, mm.
On the front line.
On the front lines. Um, is there anything that you have left to say to the first gen students, people watching?
Yeah, I would tell first gen students or just the general public to don't be discouraged during hard times or times of uncertainty. I would tell them to just keep pushing forward, keep the faith, and don't lose sight of all that's important because other things are going on around you. If you stick to the task at hand, no matter what comes your way, each step that you make is a step closer to getting to your goal. If I could do it, then you can do it too as well.
Mm, that's good. And I think with that, that wraps up our episode. Thank you for tuning in. This has been First Gen Talks. Thank you again, Mr. Gabe Jackson, for being here.
No problem.
It was a pleasure having you. I feel like you had insightful answers to my questions. Hopefully, you enjoyed your time here.
Yes, I did.
What's your name again?
AK.
AK, shout out you, man, behind the camera. Yeah. Until next time.